Hey everybody, here DXUN, and we will be doing the last fight in the Ravager's operation, which is called Coratanni. And as we can start right away, we can see there's two of them. There's the Coratanni here, and then here is our favorite bird, which is called Pearl. There's also another one, which you'll see later on, who is called Rugar. And if you remember the quest at the end, before you get inside the Ravager, that's the guy we're talking about. The guy that's missing an arm. So you're gonna fight all three of those throughout the fight to actually win. Yay! So let's start the video and let's give you a little bit of an idea of what to expect. Radio check done and on the way. Come on, say this. You know you want to pull. So here we go. So what we really do in this fight, our strat, again, SM, 8-man. And what we do is we try to lower Pearl to about 25, 30%-ish or so left. So that's what we do at first. So DPS. And throughout the fight, you'll be taking some fire damage and all that. And you can, if you look, there's terminals here, and you can use those to actually extinguish those fire dots from players. But what will happen when you use them, you'll see blue circles. And all you gotta do is go inside those blue circles, and then eventually it'll extinguish your dots. We didn't do that during that fight in SM, in this one here. But again, it's there if you need it. Actually, we do see an ability here. That's the one for Coratanni. She has a conal effect. So again, make sure that only the tanks take that. No one else should be taking that. There's also one coming from Pearl. That one is actually green. And what it does is if you get hit by his or her conal effect, you're going to actually get a poison dot on you. And if the more there is in that conal effect, the more will actually have the dot. So again, you want to make sure you try to avoid that as much as possible. In our case, because we're not doing the extinguishers, we actually tried, not in this try because that was our first attempt, but after that we started to actually try to group up to make it easier on the healers to heal. Even if we got the poison dot here and there, I think they found it a lot easier to heal either way. Here you see the poison spit thing, and again we're just going to keep plowing through Pearl all the way to about 30%. At that point, what we're going to do, we're going to switch to Coratanni, obviously. And they don't have to die at the same time, but they have to be somewhat both fairly low. You don't want to be hanging with Pearl for too long. So we're DPSing Pearl. She's about 35% now. We're just about to switch to Coratanni. The other thing I forgot to mention is Pearl, throughout the entire fight, will actually go and start attacking other people in the raid beside the off tank. And it's not because the off tank is doing a bad job, it's just because she does that. So we tried to spread out when those were happening so that we were not all getting hit by her abilities, and she does knock you on your ass, so you don't want to do that too. So again, we just spread out as much as we could when she was doing that, and then as soon as the tank could taunt, we'd taunt it back and bring it back to the side. Again, Pearl going crazy. One of the things that we had happen to on our fight with her the second time, we get Coratanni and she has to go down to about 10%, if I remember right, and make sure that you DPS her until she goes away. She doesn't actually die. She goes away, and you gotta make sure she does that. If she doesn't, what will happen is she'll actually run towards the escape pod and basically wipe you. You don't want that. So, and you'll see what I'm talking about, the escape pod, because you actually have one person has to go and click on it to exit once you actually kill Pearl. So now Coratanni just disappeared. We're gonna finish Pearl off. Really important that you kill Coratanni first, because she will enrage if Pearl dies. Right here is the escape pod, right? And if you're lost, you don't know what is what. That's the entrance. We come down here, down this ramp, and the two bosses started over here somewhere. So go back basically on your right as you enter the room. And that's where that thing is. And as soon as you kill Pearl, one of us has to go in here and click on that. And as soon as you do, everybody's through to the next area. So let's not wait any longer. So we log in. We actually load up, and then there's ads. Kill the ads. And you can see Rugar at the helm over there. And here we go. Rugar fight starts. First thing we see is that circle. He puts these mines down on the floor right beside, close by to him. So throughout the fight, the tank's gonna have to kite him around the room so that no one gets hit by those things. But the most important thing here, there's two more things to think about, but there's one that's really crucial. The other one is not so big. One of him is here. Just like the load lifters in Bulo, you got the same concept kind of thing, but here it's dead mouse. And you kind of want to try to stay away from other people. But they're not going to kill you, but they definitely will hurt. So let's see. Oops. So again, dead mouse, those mines. And there it goes. You see that big, so every time you see red text, that is basically a cue for stop doing any damage. Because if you don't, if we look here, this pool here will go really empty really quickly in a second. Why? Because we didn't know and didn't read the text. So that's what happens. Bam, did. So again, do not do that. As soon as you see red text, stop damaging. Doesn't even matter who hits on, stop damaging. Just stop. Actually, if the tank was getting it, I guess it wouldn't really matter. So that's basically it, really, at that point. But again, if you don't know that, then it's gonna wipe you. So in this case, we're gonna wipe. We're not gonna make it to the end, but there's gonna be another. Once we get him we kill him. We're gonna actually get another escape pod to take, and then that's it. That's about it. So again, thanks for watching the Coratanni fight, last fight in the Ravager, and stand by for boss 3, 4, and 5 in the Temple of Sacrifice. As soon as we can get through Sword Squadron, which we were so close last time. So again, see you later, guys.